So welcome again, everybody. This is really just a bonus to have this area here, isn't it? Because I would have been looking out this morning going, it's very dodgy, yeah. And it's incredibly mild still. Just, yeah, so as long as it stays like this. So the plan is maybe to do another week or two here. And the hotel is opening, the studio is opening. No, I could use it from the last week in September, but I'm actually away that week myself. So my plan is to start first week in October, and there'll be 2 classes, Monday morning and Wednesday morning, both at 10:30. So you can think about that if you're planning your routine, and I'll put it up on the group just to let people know, because a few people are asking, you know, people who are not really interested in coming to outdoors, they're asking about the indoors. So that's the plan for going forward, just so you know where you are. So I would hope to maybe do the next 2 Wednesdays here, if it doesn't get too cold. And even if it's a little bit chilly, we can layer up, you know, and we can stay active. So we're going to start this morning in a seated position. Get yourselves comfortable. Close your eyes. Roll the shoulders back and down and just let go of any tension. Maybe drop your chin towards your chest. And then lift the head up into a neutral position. So again, we want to release any tension in the shoulders, in the neck before we begin. So rest your hands comfortably, whether it's on your knees or in your lap. And this morning we're going to focus about finding the joy inside. So it's inside all of us, and sometimes we forget it's there. So we're going to start with just a little bit of breathing, and I want you to exhale fully through your nose. And as you inhale, just feel that breath starting right in the pelvis and moving all the way up through the abdomen, the rib cage, and into the chest. A nice deep breath. And as you let that breath go, think about letting go of anything negative, anything that's holding you back or dragging you down. And again, deep breath in, breathing in this sense of lightness and joy. And exhale fully. So just continue to breathe like this in your own time. So now you can begin to open your eyes. Just let the breath awareness go. Obviously your breath will continue without any effort. Bring your feet out in front. And you can either just bring the feet like so, or bring the soles of the feet together, but have them well out away from you. You don't want to put any pressure now on the hips. You just want to gently open the hips. Take your right hand down and stretch over. And to the left. Back again to the right. And to the left. And come back in. So cross your legs again, but maybe change the cross. So bring the leg that you don't normally bring in front, bring it in front. Take your right hand behind and your left hand across into a twist. And then twist to the left. Coming back to the front. We'll swing the legs back and we're going to come into child pose. So knees nice and wide, toes touching, sit back. Stretch the arms out in front or fold your hands under your forehead. And now slide forward onto your tummies into Crocodile Pose, so placing the hands under your forehead. just beginning to activate your legs. So pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, lifting the kneecaps. And now bring the hands in front. We'll come into a low cobra. So just place the hands in front of the shoulders, still keeping those legs active, pressing into the forearms and the hands and just lifting the upper back. And then lower yourself down, bend your right knee, take your right foot with your right hand or take your tracksuit end if you can't reach your foot and just draw the foot. So your head is slightly lifted, you're pressing into the left forearm and just pulling that right foot in to stretch the front of the right thigh. Releasing the right leg, switch over, bring the right hand in front, bend the left knee, draw the left foot towards your buttock. And slowly release. So we'll push back up onto all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Exhale, round the back. Draw the navel in. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your head, lift your tailbone. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale back to a neutral spine. Okay. So we're going to stretch the right arm up. Slide it underneath with thread the needle. And come down onto your right ear. And once again, stretch the right arm up. Thread it underneath. We'll do two more. And stretch up. And slide it under. And stretch it up. And slide it under. And come back up onto all fours. So other side, left arm up. Thread it underneath. And up. And thread it. And up. And down. Last one, up. And down. And come up onto all fours one more time. So we'll start to make a few circles around with the hips. And change the direction. And coming back to center. So walk your hands back towards your knees, come up into kneeling. Step your right foot forward and come down into a low lunge. So just let your knee come forward, let that right hip drop. Bring the fingertips to the mat. Now, keeping your left hand down, sweep your right arm up. If you want to, you can curl the left foot under now and lift the left knee, pressing back into that left heel. That's it, or you can stay on the knee. So if you're not quite steady, keep the knee on the ground. Dropping the left knee, dropping the right hand. Now from here, we're going to step back into a plank. So keep your left foot back, step your right foot back, come into plank for a moment. Press back through the heels, draw the navel in. And then drop onto your knees. Walk the hands back once again. And take the left foot forward. So just lunging down into that left, getting that left hip nice and low. Bring the fingertips to the mat. Right hand down, left hand comes up, maybe curling the right foot under to lift. Bring your left hand down and step your right foot up to your left. Knees bent, feet wide apart, press into the feet to come up. And we'll come to stand on the mats with the feet nice and wide. Bring your hands to heart center. And then begin to make big circles out and back. 2, 3, and 4. And the other way. Lovely. So bring the hands out at shoulder level, bring them behind, interlace your fingers. Stretch the arms away from you, soften your knees, and just let yourself fold over the thighs. Now you can sit those hands on lower back, or you can let them come up and over. Now drop the hands to the mat and step back into a downward facing dog. Just walking your feet out now, bending and straightening the knees. Coming up and down off your toes. And stepping the right and the left foot up. Bend the knees, sweep your arms out and up. And exhale back into Tadasana. Okay, we'll try a few sun salutations. So if you come to the top of your mats, spread the toes and press down into the four corners of your feet. Engage your kneecaps, thigh muscles, engage the bandhas and bring the hands to the heart center. Just roll those shoulders back and down. Gently press the thumbs into the breastbone and begin your Ujjayi breath. Hands down by your side. Inhale, take the palms out, reach up. Exhale to fold, maybe over bent knees. Inhale, look out, flat back. Hands flat, we'll step to plank. Dropping down to the knees, to the chest, to the chin. Come all the way down to the ground. Bring your hands forward a little bit and come up into low cobra. Lower down, bring the hands under the shoulders, press up onto all fours. Curl the toes under, downward facing dog. So placing the feet hip distance apart, releasing the head and the neck. And just breathe here. Exhale fully. As you inhale, look forward. Step your right and your left foot up. Flat back, look out. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Exhaling back into Tadasana. And again, inhale, take the palms out, reach up. Exhale to fold. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Hands flat, step back to plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga this time. Inhaling, cobra or upward facing dog. Roll over your toes into a downward dog. So spread your fingers and press into the base of the thumb and the base of the index finger. Let the head and neck release. Look back between your feet. Exhale fully. Inhale, look forward, step or hop your feet to your hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep your arms out and up. And exhaling back into Tadasana. So back to the top of the mats if you've drifted back. Finding Tadasana once again. Bend the knees, sweep the fingers against the mat. Utkatasana. Exhale as you fold, hands to the mat. Inhale, look out, flat back. Hands flat, stepping to plank. Dropping, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward facing dog. Roll over your toes to a downward dog. Take your right leg back. Knee in. Right foot forward, and we'll stay on the ball of the left foot. So just get yourself balanced. Drop a little bit more weight into that back leg. And then inhale as you sweep your arms up to warrior one. We're going to bring the hands to heart center, bringing the left elbow to the outside of the right leg, pressing the palms together for a twist. Keep pressing into those toes of the left foot now. And now drop your hands to the mat. Step your left foot in a little bit. You can keep a bend on the right leg, or you can begin to straighten as you drop forward into pyramid pose. Lift your head. Step your right foot back and your left foot back into plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. Exhale, roll over the toes. Downward dog. Left leg back. Knee in. Left foot forward. Stay on the ball of the right foot. Now press strongly into both feet as you come up. Balance that weight. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Now bring your hands to your heart center, right elbow to the outside of the left knee and twist to the left. Pressing into that right foot all the time. Drop your hands to the mat, step the right foot in a little bit, maybe flatten the right foot. Now you can play around with the front knee, you can have it bent or you can begin to straighten and draw the left hip back as you fold. So drop the head and neck, drop your forehead in towards your shin. Lift your head. So step the right foot back and the left foot back into plank. Dropping knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra upward dog. Exhale, roll over the toes to a downward dog. Breathing here or taking a child pose now if you need a little break. See if you can lift the hips a little higher, maybe drop the feet, the heels a little closer to the ground. And then release your head and neck as you look back. Exhale fully. Inhale, look forward. Step or hop, feet to the hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees deeply. Sweep your fingers against the mat, Utkatasana. And exhaling back into Tadasana. I see the layers coming off. It is warm today, isn't it? Bend the knees again. Sweep the fingers against the mat, Utkatasana. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, look out, flat back. Hands flat, we'll step to plank. Dropping, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling, cobra, upward dog. Roll over the toes to a downward dog. Right leg back, knee in. Right foot forward, swivel your left heel in this time. So we'll come into the classic warrior one. Sweep the arms up, inhale. Sink that right thigh. Reach up through the fingertips, but try to draw the shoulder blades down the spine. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step to plank. Dropping, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Left leg back. Knee in. Left foot forward, swivel the right heel in. So place that right foot down flat. Bend into the left knee. And inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step to plank. Dropping, knees, chest, chin or chaturanga. Inhaling cobra or upward dog. And exhale into a downward facing dog. Or take a child pose right now. And just breathe. So once again, spreading those fingers, flattening them down into the mat. Maybe press slightly forward into the knuckles so that you're not pressing too much into the wrists. Exhale fully. Inhale, look forward. Step or hop, the feet to the hands. Flat back, look out. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Sweep your fingers against the mat, Utkatasana. And exhaling back into Tadasana. So take a moment in Tadasana. Catch your breath, maybe have some water. Hands onto the hips, and we're going to step out. So you can step to face this direction. I'll come over here. If I just come all the way over here. Poor Martin, the cameraman is going mad when I move in the wrong direction. So we'll turn the right foot out and the left foot in. Bend into the right knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders for warrior two. Looking along that right arm. Turn the palms up. Look back to your left. Now drop that left hand to the back of the thigh or the lower back, taking the right palm over the head. Feel that nice stretch up the right side of your body, nice lengthening stretch. And don't forget to keep the deep bend on the right knee. Take the right hand down, straighten the right knee. Turn both feet forward. So moving to your left now, left foot out and angle the right foot in slightly. Bend the left knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders, looking along your left arm. Keep opening that chest now. And then turn the palms up and look back to your right. Drop the right hand to the back of the thigh or lower back. Take the left hand over your head. Back into warrior two. Straighten the knee, hands down. Turn both feet forward. Okay, we'll walk the feet in a little bit for goddess pose. So heels in this time, toes out. A slightly shorter stance. Bend the knees and just encourage the knees over the feet. Tilt your pelvis slightly forward and draw your navel in. Bring your hands to heart center. So we'll just stay here for a moment. Just focus on drawing the knees out because the natural tendency is those knees will want to roll in. So just work on the inner thighs, rolling those knees out, keeping the pelvis slightly tilted. And now straighten the knees for a moment. We're going to come down again. This time we're going to take the hands out into the classic mudra, thumb and first finger together. Open the chest, drop the shoulders, sink lower if you can. And slowly come up. Release the hands down for a moment. So one more time we're going to bend the knees. Your thighs are going to work really hard this morning. Again, just encourage those knees over the feet, bring the hands out. And this time we're going to take the hands behind, interlace the fingers, draw the arms away from you. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and slowly straighten up. Release the arms. Give the legs a little shake out. And we're going to go wide once again for Trikonasana. So right foot turning out one more time, left foot angling in. Inhale, both arms up. Extending over the right leg now, right hand down, left hand up. So you can look straight ahead or you can look up or down. You can soften the front knee if you need to. Open through the chest once again, so draw that left shoulder maybe slightly further back. So at the cost of sometimes, we're trying to go very low with the hand, but we end up closing the shoulder. So even if you have to bring the hand up the shin a little bit to get that nice openness in your chest, try that. So bring your left hand onto your hip. Now we're going to step the left foot in a little bit. We're going to bend the right knee. We're going to give it a go at half moon. So bring your right hand down. Maybe some of you might have a block out in front of you. Now, maybe try bringing both hands to the ground or fingertips and just lift the back leg. Try this first. If you think that feels okay, maybe take the left hand onto your hip and then maybe take it up. So take it in nice, easy stages. If you feel you're starting to wobble, bring the left hand back down again. Well done, everybody. Bend the right knee, bring that left foot down, come up nice and slowly. Turn your feet forward if you need to stretch the legs a little bit too. Well done, everyone. I'm just conscious here that if you do fall, it's a little bit harder. So take it, as I say, start with 2 hands on the ground and then maybe experiment. So we'll turn the left foot out, right foot in. Trikonasana first. Inhale, arms up. Extend, extend, extend. Left hand down, right hand up. So again, we'll open through the shoulder, open through the chest, looking up, down, or straight ahead. So again, we don't want to strain the neck here, so whatever head position feels best for you this morning. Again, if you need to soften that front knee, feel free to do that. Reach up a little more through the right hand, like your fingers are trying to touch the sky. And then right hand down. Step the back foot in, bend the left knee, step the right foot in a little bit. So get yourself into a good position here. Take the weight forward into the left foot and lift the right, and maybe start with both fingertips on the ground. So give yourself a moment to steady yourself. Then maybe see about bringing the right hand onto the hip and possibly bringing it all the way up. Bending that left knee, bring the right foot down, slowly come up and turn forward. So give the legs a good shake out. Well done, everybody. That was challenging this morning. And we'll come back to face the front of the mat. Okay. So we'll come back to the top of the mat and bring your feet hip distance apart now. Bend your knees. Sweep the arms up into Utkatasana. So again here we want to tuck the tailbone slightly, draw the navel in, weight into your heels. Sink a little lower, but reach up through the fingers. Now if this is straining your shoulders, you can just bring your hands straight out in front if you find this is too much on the neck or the shoulders. And then we'll fold forward. I want you to just come onto your knees for me. So just come onto both knees. And again, I'm going to come over here. So we're going to come and face this direction on the knees for gate pose. So you're on your knees, just face towards me. That's it. Take your right foot out and bring it parallel with the edge of the mat. Drop down with the left hand. Bring the right hand up. Maybe bring it all the way over your head. So really stretch through the right side of the body. And now bring the right hand onto your hip, come up. And we're going to go the other direction, so keeping the right hand here, slide it down, bring the left hand up and over. And slowly come back onto both knees, and we'll do the other side. So left foot out this time, drop down to the right. So you can stay on your fingertips or bring the hand down, whatever is accessible. Left hand up and maybe over the head. Left hand on the hip. Slowly come up, so the left hand can stay here on the hip or slide down as you bring the right hand over. And slowly come back onto the knees, and you can take a child pose. So turn back to the front of your mats. And just take child pose for a few moments. Knees wide, big toes touching. Either hands alongside the body or hands under your forehead. So sit back onto your heels, push yourself up to a seated position and swing the legs in front to come into Dandasana. So from here we're going to bring the hands behind. So bring your hands about a foot behind your hips and face your fingers in towards your hips. Point your toes away from you. As you inhale, lift your head, lift your chest. You can keep your chin towards your chest. Just feel it in the arms, feel the opening in the chest. And slowly release. So we'll bend the knees if you want to move on to the second part into tabletop. If not, you can repeat what we just did. Feet hip distance apart. The hands are still in the same position behind your hips. Press into the feet and the hands to lift the body. Again, look down your chest. Lift the hips a little higher if you can. Really press into the toes. And now drop your hips towards your heels. Come forward. Hug yourself. And now we're going to swing the legs back once again to come to kneeling. So we're going to do a version or several different variations of Camel. So you could start with your toes tucked under. Now make sure your knees are about hip distance apart. And if you find the ground is too hard, I'd suggest maybe, I'm actually going to do this, roll your mat to double. If you don't have a double mat or even treble, just double up the mat so you have a bit of cushioning on your knees. We're going to bring the hands onto the hips with your thumbs kind of pressing into those little dents in the lower back. As you inhale, lift your chest, and we're just going to slightly push the hips forward. Now you can stay here, or you can try dropping one hand. If that comes down to the heel, great. And then you can maybe try the second one. Now as you do this, don't be tempted to kind of let the hips come back. Keep the hips pushing forward. If that's too much, just put your hands back on your hips and slowly come back up and just stay here. So variations for everybody. Now if this is too easy and you want to flatten the feet, you can just flatten the feet and stay in the position. Bring your hands back onto your hips. Very slowly come forward. And I'm going to get you back into child pose after that one because we've done a couple of back bends. So come back into your child pose and round the back and rest. Sitting back onto your heels once again, we'll swing the legs in front one more time to come into Dandasana. So just get yourself into Dandasana, sitting on the sitting bones, rolling the shoulders, hands beside or just behind your hips. Bend your right knee. So step your right foot out a little bit away from your left. Take your right hand onto the floor behind you towards the center of your spine. Inhale your left hand up. Wrap it around the right knee and twist to the right or elbow to the outside of the knee, whatever feels comfortable. So try not to let your right knee roll inwards. Keep it kind of tractioning towards the left arm and have that little bit of space between the right foot and the left leg. Inhale, come back to the front. Take the left hand behind the left hip, bend the right elbow and bring it to the inside of your right knee. And again, a little bit of tension between right elbow and right knee as you open the twist to the left. Inhale, come back to the front and stretch that right leg out. Bend the left. Again, create a little bit of space between your left foot and your right thigh. Sit tall. Bring the left hand around to the center of the spine. Inhale the right hand up. Wrap it around the left knee or elbow to outside of knee. Inhale, come back to the front, bring your right hand behind and bring your left elbow to the inside of your left knee. So left elbow to, and we're twisting back to the right. So it's an open twist. The first one is a closed twist and this is an open twist. Inhale, come back to the front, straighten out the left leg. So bend both knees once again. Hug your knees in. Bring the hands underneath. Now you can stay here, just drawing the chest up towards the thighs, or you can release the hands for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1, and across the ankles. Make fists and lift your hips. And release. Stretch the legs out in front once again. This time we'll soften the knees. Inhale the arms up. And exhale as you fold over bent knees. A nice soft forward bend. Taking hold of the calves or the ankles or even the toes. And just letting your chest sit onto your thighs. Looking towards your toes. And then inhale to slowly come up. Bend the knees again, and this time I want you to roll all the way down onto your back. In your own time. Hug the knees in and make a few little circles at the base of the spine. Place your feet back on the mat, now feet hip distance apart. See if you can just tip your heels with your fingertips. And we're going to do a little bit of moving bridge. So press into the feet. Lift the hips, lift the arms overhead as you lift maybe the middle and upper back. And then slowly releasing the hips and the arms all down at the same time. So the tailbone and the hands hit the ground together. And again, push into the feet, lift the arms slowly overhead, lift the hips and the back. And slowly coming back down. And just one more time, press into the feet and lift. And all the way back down to the ground. Once again, hug your knees in. Bring your legs straight up into the air, and this time just bring the arms back behind you once again onto the mat. And you can begin to make little circles or point and flex the feet. Bend and straighten the knees, so give the legs a good old shake out. Now bring the hands forward and take hold of any part of your leg. So it could be thigh, back of the knee, calf or big toes, and draw the feet towards you. Bend the knees once again, hug the knees in. Place your feet back on the mat with your knees bent. Bring your arms out at shoulder level. Shift the hips a little bit to the left as you drop both knees to the right and roll your head to the left. Roll back into the center, shift the hips to the right this time, drop both knees to the left and looking along your right arm. And then rolling onto your back one more time, hug the knees in, rolling over onto your side, and time to get ready for Shavasana. So maybe put on an extra layer or put back on the layers you might have taken off when you were active. I know it's still nice and mild, but you don't want to get cold. So in your own time, lie down onto the mat and make yourselves comfortable. So it's fine to bend the knees or have the legs extended with the feet flopping out to the side. Just see what feels best in your lower back. Release the arms away from the body, or it can feel nice sometimes just to rest the hands lightly on the lower abdomen. So just take a moment to release the body. So becoming aware of your breath once again. Exhale fully through your nose. And then breathing right from the pelvis up through the abdomen, the rib cage, and into the chest. And as you exhale, once again, let go. So let go of the practice, let go of any emotions, any anxieties. Just be with your body and your breath. And again, deep breath in. Feeling that sense of light and joy as you inhale. And exhaling to let go. So once again, a few more deep breaths in your own time. And then you can just let go of the breath awareness, finishing with the next exhale and letting the breath return to its natural pattern. So take your awareness back one more time to your body. So this morning I'd ask you to just gently draw your chin forward for a moment towards your chest. And then release it back, bringing the head into a neutral position. Feeling the weight of the head now relaxing into the mat. Draw your shoulders up towards your ears. And then slowly release the shoulders. Again, feel any remaining tension releasing from your shoulders. Lift your right arm about an inch off the mat. Just a tiny movement, just an inch off the mat. And then release it back down. Lift the left arm an inch. So it's a very tiny, subtle movement. And release it. So let the arms become heavy and relaxed. Lift your right leg an inch. And release it. Lift your left leg an inch. And release it. So feeling now that the legs are heavy as they let go. And once again, if you have the feet extended, just let the feet roll out to the side. Or if you have the knees bent, maybe let the knees drop against each other. So just give yourself a few more moments with the breath and the body, letting go of anything else that's going on around you. And when you find the mind beginning to wander or wondering maybe what a sound is, just bring the awareness back to your breath once again. The breath is always there, constant in the present. Beginning to deepen your breath now. Take a deep breath in through the nose and take it all the way down. And exhale fully. As your awareness comes back to where you are, begin to make small movements with your fingers and toes. Maybe turn your head slowly from side to side. Inhale, stretch your arms overhead, straighten out your legs. Exhale as you bring the arms back down, bend the knees and draw the knees into the chest. And then in your own time, roll on to your right side. Keeping your eyes closed, take a couple of deep breaths here. And now slowly in your own time, come to seated. Place one hand on the heart and the other hand on top. Inhale deeply. Exhale as you open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you all once again for coming. I think this is, at the moment, it's the ideal venue because we have the nice fresh air, but we're protected. Once again, I would suggest if you didn't donate last week, or if you weren't here last week, if you'd like to donate to the Haiti Appeal, we have the link from last week, or any other charity that you know is close to your own heart. Always feel free to do that as well. And as I say, once again, thank you for coming. I hope to be here the next 2 Wednesdays, unless it's really, that we have driving rain that's coming in on top of us. But I'll always confirm the day before with you anyway, just so everybody knows that we're going to be here. And then back into the hotel, hopefully the first week in October, Mondays and Wednesday mornings. So it'll be 10:30 both mornings, so there'll be no confusion about the time. So I'll let you know anyway what's happening there, but that's the plan at the moment. So hopefully I'll see some of you next Wednesday and we'll take it from there. So have a good week and thank you very much. Bye. What? Oh, coffee is €2 for anybody partaking, is it? Oh, very nice. Thank you.